Hello, Rosies! McRosennuggets here, coming to you with another video. And today is going to be my review on the new Target exclusive. Welcome to Radiator Springs 4-pack. I got this just a couple days ago at Target. First time I've actually gone to a store in months. And to be honest, because of the fact that I had to wear a mask when I went in, I think it's probably going to be the only time I've ever actually worn a mask in public. So uncomfortable. But anyway, this is actually a pretty solid 4-pack. There's only really one big disappointment, which I'll actually get into later. Now obviously I don't have the packaging and I threw it out. But I'll throw a picture up on the screen to show you what it looks like. And this actually costs about $20. I also got two color changers, McQueen and Jackson Storm, which I plan on reviewing later on. And I also got the 20th anniversary LEGO Star Wars Anakin's Pod Racer set for about $30. So I got a pretty solid haul there. And I obviously do have, as you can see in the background, the Chinese counterparts, because all of these guys are made in Vietnam, so they do look a little bit different. Some of them, not so much. But again, I feel like this is actually pretty solid. And some of these variations are a little bit strange. But for the most part, again, I don't know how many times I've already said solid, so I apologize. Yeah, I'm gonna actually start with the big disappointment in this 4-pack, and that is the Radiator Springs Lightning McQueen. Now obviously I'll also do a comparison between, or actually this, sorry about that. For the most part, this review is gonna be mainly comparisons between China and Vietnam. Now, as you can probably, I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but I think you can already tell. The big disappointment with McQueen is that, now being made in Vietnam, this guy does not have a metallic red like the original Chinese counterpart for release. You can see clearly how he really looks metallic, whereas here it's just a maroon red. Like, the eyes I can deal with, the shadow under the eyes I can deal with. To me, it's like the modern equivalent of the raised eyelids from back in the day, where it gave more depth to the car. But obviously more recently they've been doing flat eyes. And then obviously now being made in Thailand and Vietnam, they're now doing this. But again, this I can deal with. But it's not just the paint job that's actually disappointing, it's the decals. And some of these are just so freaking grainy. I'll show you for comparison. The headlights are what would be headlights at the time. Now obviously I did customize this one. The mouth is still red, or left unpainted. I feel like the best decal on this McQueen is the 95 on the top. Trying to get enough shot right here. Yeah, that one probably looks the clearest. The one improvement I do like is that his signature is more accurate to the movie. And my camera just completely went out of focus. There we go. And it's also kind of like a reflective gold, which is actually pretty cool. That I actually do like. But still not going to save the disappointment that I'm gonna show you. Rims are still decent. Again, I did customize mine. This is the main thing. Look at those decals. Look how grainy they are compared to these. I mean, you can barely even read them. And obviously these are his contingency spots. Piston cup, little torquey pistons, revolting boot springs, and no stall. Even the bolt right here looks a little grainy. And the 95 on the side. Look at that Rust-eze logo. That is just unacceptable, Mattel. Or Vietnam, rather. You should do better than this. Even the logo on the hood looks a little blurry. Though it is a little brighter, which is kind of interesting. This gas cap is a normal gray, which I'm fine with, instead of being silver. And then the back, it actually says just Rust. It actually only says Rust-eze here, which is interesting. Whereas before in the Chinese one it says Rust-eze bumper ointment. The taillights are actually a little grainy as well. And obviously the base, right there, made in Vietnam, made in China. Yeah, that's pretty much the main disappointment of this 4-pack is this McQueen. Because if you think about it, again, he was actually metallic in the movie. He wasn't just this dark maroon red. It was also the same with the previous paint job that this kind of reflects. The Cruisin' Lightning McQueen. And yeah, mine's a little, some of my die-cuts are a little dusty. And also in Cars 3 with the Rust-eze Racing Center McQueen. This is my original one. So to go from that to a dark maroon red is just stupid. It's BS, in my opinion. But it's not all bad, because he also came with this little phone, which is actually directly from Cars 3 when he was in his primer paint job. And he was talking to Rusty and Dusty. I'll just use the Cars 3 McQueen, for example. And they were at the Rust-eze Racing Center, even though they're at the tent, and this is a shot from Cars 1. And they were talking about how they actually sold Rust-eze to Sterling, and he built this whole racing center, and they decided to go to the Rust-eze Racing Center. And then that's obviously when Ramon gave McQueen this paint job to go head off there. So yeah. Next is Ramon. And this is the purple Ramon with the flames. Actually, first I'll get to the accessory it comes with, which is a nice motor oil can. Which is actually pretty cool. I'm definitely glad to get a motor oil can that's pretty big. I only got one other one, which is super small. And I got it with the Team 51 Ramon from the fan favorites, a 4-pack about a year ago. So yeah, Ramon. Now Ramon, I'm actually kind of fine with him having a normal purple instead of a metallic purple. Actually, I just noticed this, the flames on the hood are a little bit small. The ghost flames on the hood are a little bit smaller than the original. Now, see, this from the late 2018 2-pack with Flow. And obviously the eyelids are different as well. It's got that shadowing underneath to give depth. Seeing smirk there. Sides, a little grainy on the sides, but nothing too bad. I'm actually completely fine with this Ramon. And he's obviously got his low and slow text on his tires. see right there. And it's like that on all 4 tires. Pinstriping on the back. Something else I noticed is that his windows are actually a little bit of a darker color right here. These are more like dark gray, whereas these are a lighter gray. And you can't really see it too well on the camera, but it actually does have that little insert inside, which apparently says or reads Ramon's House of Body Art. And these guys famous and iconic low and slow license plate. And here's the base, made in Vietnam. And again, this guy's, I'm actually fine with this Ramon. He's actually pretty good. And the motor oil can is cool too. So next is Sarge. Sarge is actually one of the highlights of this pack because I've actually been in need of a replacement Sarge because my older one is kind of chipped up. So it's definitely nice to finally get a nice. So it's definitely really cool to get a nice fresh one after all this time. As that bonus, he came with a cone. It's actually the first cone I've ever gotten in from the Cars world. And it's actually different from the ones that we got previously. Those were more of a sort of vermilion shade of orange, which is red and orange mixed together. This is more like a solid, lighter orange. And it's sort of a rubbery plastic. And you can actually do quite a few things with this. I actually plan on getting quite a few more cones in the near future. But first, let's take a look at Sarge. Again, shadowing under the eyelids, which, again, I'm completely cool with. Something I actually do like is that they colored in his mouth a little bit more and made his teeth a little bit more prominent. And actually, the decals on him are actually pretty solid. He is a little bit darker in a few areas, but nothing too much. Star on the front is very clear. Same thing as the codes on the side. And his surplus height symbol on both sides. Very nice quality. And then the back. 41 WW2, same from 1941 World War II. This, for the most part, pretty much looks exactly like Chinese release, except for his eyes. And obviously the base says, made in Vietnam, versus made in China. So yeah, Sarge, I'm cool with. So as far as the cone, some of the things I was kind of thinking about is, like, McQueen with cone, look at that. And that's Cars 3 Lightning McQueen with cone. How cool is that? And obviously one of the more iconic ones, Sally with cone. And it's obviously the 2017 Radiator Screens classic Sally with cap too. Just with the cone on top. So yeah. And obviously my favorite, but obviously as you can tell, my favorite one is definitely Doc Hudson. I'm actually really happy I got a new, just regular Doc Hudson, because my older one is has shown a little bit of wear and tear on it, but I also did customize him. And plus, I also did make him look like the dirt track Doc Hudson from back in the day. And actually, something else I noticed, that this new Doc Hudson has more opaque windows instead of the translucent black, which actually matches the dirt track Fabulous Hudson Hornet from 2017 a little bit more. Granted, these are actually lighter than this one, but they're actually still pretty cool together. And actually, their shades of blue are actually almost identical. Wow, compared to this one, for example. So, I guess you could say this pretty much almost mimics this one, in a way. But yeah, obviously he's got the chrome grille right there. Headlights are actually silver again. Or chrome, I should say. Yeah, it's classic white wall tires. There's Hornet right there. The silver triangle, which actually has a little bit of a blue fill-in right there on the Chinese one, which that's not on here. And the dirt track one doesn't even have it at all. It actually doesn't have the trunk handle or the little Hornet detail right there. I actually customized, painted it on this one. It's actually relatively prominent in terms of the sort of spot where it is. Obviously on the dirt track one, it is actually put on there. I actually think I might paint just the overall shape of it on here as well in the coming days or weeks, or in the near future rather. Man, me yawning in all these reviews recently seems to be the usual McFrozen Nuggets deal. And obviously another one of the reasons why I love the fact that Doc is in this, because the accessory he comes with is the piston cup. Oh yeah. So this is already my 6th piston cup that I've gotten. 2 of them were two of the Cars 3 McQueen with the piston cup. One to have McQueen with the piston cup, and then the other for Jackson Storm. And the other 3 were from the 2016 San Diego Comic-Con Precision Series Dirt Track Fabulous Hudson Hornet, which is this bad boy right here. And obviously I will link to my reviews of McQueen and Doc in the description below, as well as the card suggestion if I put it on my screen there. So yeah, now for the actual piston cups right here. Obviously they're both the exact same size. But one thing that's different is that they removed the black text that's in the middle right there. Kind of like the original 2009-2010 piston cups that came with Daco McQueen, Lenticular Bling Bling McQueen, Check Hicks, and the King as chases. But it does still say Piston Cup Champion on the bottom. So it's actually, so that part's a little bit bigger. Yeah, it's definitely a lot bigger. I do plan on painting this up and putting the black detailing in there, much like on this one. Same kind of deal back here. Still same black base. It is kind of disappointing that they removed the black brain, but it's not really that big of a deal in my opinion. But since I could just paint that up, and I actually gave this to my Daco Cruise that came with the tool cart from the fan favorite, just so she'll have a piston cup like Jackson McQueen. And one more thing before I forget, they also came with these pretty cool stickers. These pretty cool bumper stickers that this new Welcome to Radiator 3's line has. And by the way, just from looking at the packaging of them, it almost looks like it's a reboot of the Radiator Springs Classic line from Toys R Us. Like, if you compare the 2 of them there, like, I don't know, I think I may put a picture on the screen showing the 2 of them the 2 lines side by side. Because if you look at them, it does feel like this is like a reboot of the Toys R Us exclusive line, now as a Target exclusive line. Which, to me, I feel makes sense, since for the most part, Toys R Us is kind of dead. But again, they did open their first new store after the initial bankruptcy in New Jersey, I think. I think it was New Jersey. In the fall of last year. But anyway, I'm gonna show you these bumper stickers. This one came with McQueen. I'm not speeding, I'm qualifying. This one I feel fits McQueen the best, for sure. Ramon's House of Body Art. Now this is actually very similar to the collector card that I got with Florida Ramon, which I will link to in the description below. Sarge's Surplus Hut. Now from what I can tell, this one is currently exclusive to this 4-pack since Sarge is not available as a single, which is actually pretty cool. And just the regular Radiator Springs sticker, which actually is for Doc. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys for watching this, and I obviously do hope that you've been enjoying the content lately, being relatively consistent with the Weather Channel promos, and still touching on the reviews here and there. So yeah. As usual, social media links are in the description below. Drop a like if you enjoyed this, and I hope you guys are staying safe and also staying cool out there, because the summer's actually been kind of hot lately. But yeah, we're already about 3/4 of the way through the year. Hopefully 2021 will be better. This is actually one time I'm actually excited for the new year, and I hope the new year will be better. Frickin' coronavirus. But yeah, as usual, love all you Frozies to death, and of course don't forget to keep it rigid. And we will talk to you later.